Good morning, Charles. Good morning, everybody on my chat live stream today. My newest coffee hour with my audience. Oh, how are all your days so far? Thus far, happening already. All awesome, I hope. Fabulous, I hope. Wake up and be awesome. I'm gonna have a coffee. I hope one and more of you, my audience, are having a coffee too this morning. My coffee this morning: cold water, boiled hot stove top, 1 spoonful of coffee, 1 bigger teaspoonful of uh, my honey. And I don't know which way I'm going to stir, counterclockwise and or clockwise. I haven't done any writing today. But based on my previous intentions, alleged spells, I turned often counterclockwise. I wanted to banish some other people. I'll probably do that today too. My first coffee, stir it counterclockwise, banish. Hopeful. I keep trying. I'll be right back. I'm gonna do some stuff and I'll be back. And all allegations and all accusations I couldn't see. And I was going blind because I didn't have emergency cataract surgery. That I couldn't see. I walked in and I walked out and I was told and showed I cannot see anymore. Yet I was functioning visually. And two places, VIP Optical in Central Parkway Mall and Lens Crafters in Square One Shopping Center, and my reading glasses, prescribed and or prescribed and prescriptioned. None of that the same as my reading glasses. The reading glasses I have, I can see distance, not any problem. It's just reading. And anyone and everyone that showed and told, that show and tell, and showed and told, and shows and tells that not real, and that I'm deaf and dumb, real, they lied. Such as their personal vendettas off and off the internet, on and off the internet, themselves predatory, resentful haters, jealous, violent, harassments, bullying, discriminatory, discriminations, prejudice, prejudges, racism, bigotry, internet trolling, stalking, as Bellis says, and yesterday too, and all other times earlier, I was my mother's support person, mandatory support person, trans help, rides, all happened as all those optometry places, as always said, get second opinions. I was tested for even AMD elsewhere, and I don't have that. And eye injuries are not aging macular degeneration. They're not even macular degeneration. Eye injuries, head traumas. And I've healed lots over the years. Lots. I'm very religious, although you don't see it everywhere and anywhere. Although I am very religious because of my family status. I don't go to church 7 days a week. Sometimes once a week, sometimes once a month, sometimes less often, or sometimes once a year, sometimes less often. Although I did read and I did study. That's the great thing about the internet. You can study and decision make. And I did that. Just like when the other day I was watching about other people alleged witches. And I was like, well, that's supposed to be witchcraft, is it? Everything is funerals, like going to funerals. Dark, very little colors. Mostly everything is black. Like, that's not witchcraft. That's not even gothic. That's just whatever. I'm like, religion. I mean, religious. I believe in colors. I mean, yes, there are some times black is a necessity, an elegance. Although my favorite colors to wear as a witch, well, they're not really colors, they're and beiges, grays and browns. That's the colors I like, with some highlights in my 7 days a week. I don't wear blues very often anymore, considering all before, all during, all later, all since January 21, 2025. Blacks, reds, oranges, whites, silvers, reds, greens, yellows. Fridays wear pinks. You know, although I did go for purple a while. I do like purple, although it's not my everyday. I actually sometimes wear a lip gloss to this day with a bit of purple. You know, I actually favor purple more than I favored pinks. The loungewear's pajama bottoms I'm wearing now, it looks like there's some brown. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wear it. Yesterday was green. I wore green. Oh, yesterday was something else. Place we had been there before. We had a referral from the same optometrist and or a different optometrist. We got there, and once I started getting in, I'm like, this place looks awfully familiar to me. We've been here before. They wouldn't do their job title, job duties, job details, job descriptions, job title. The doctor wouldn't help my mom there because, I don't know, he just refused to do the test results, the test that she was referred there to get. He just refused. Possibly, probably because they've known her before and all historical examinations and treatments there. They didn't want to divulge the information. Now, that's not right. And the police, I hope one and more patients have reported it because vision is one of the most important things ever. Whether liked what they saw, it doesn't matter. Vision is a very important thing, and it should never be taken away. It should never go away. And as I believed, that's not where we were going. I believed it was an actual appointment that was going to help more with the other person with me. Vision. Doctor wouldn't do anything. Wouldn't do that test and give the test results to the optometrist that referred her there. And since I reported it, I showed and told, especially the optometrist, I went there while sitting there waiting for my mom ride. I was like, that's a no go. She's been here before. We gotta find those health records and get them out of there and find out why. Why is my mom got head traumas? Why is my mom blind? It wasn't me. Why is my mom losing her vision? All those test results, all those treatments that were supposed to saved my mom vision. Instead, what we were showed and told earlier, and all other people were as, oh, you gotta get separated. You're no good for each other. You're not good for each other. You should leave. And I'm like, her symptoms of behavior mostly side effects, and it's a lot to get used to, and it's very emotional. And my mom, you know, we don't, we didn't, and we do not deserve loud, disturbing, and annoying other residents, other people to add on and out from front my front, front doors. We did not deserve other people, other residents, and their visitors too loud noises, disturbances, and other annoyances to add on in, out from, and by front doors. And my mom and I were not together, as my mother and I, all the time. For what now? For how long? 56 years. And when we were together, I gave up lots of my time to help my mom. And I did not, and I do not appreciate those other residents and their visitors. Loud, too loud noises, disturbances, and other annoyances, especially all to, and all about us Bellises, and all those other residents and their visitors. All those other people lied, falsely accused, falsely alleged we did. We're not guilty. We are not guilty. We were not guilty. We did not guilty. We be not guilty. Instead, there's all evidence themselves did it, and or one and more other persons. Other people did it, not us Bellises. All before, all during, all later, and all since July 2, 2025. 5. And that man said he reported us to the police. He reported me to the police. There's a security camera. There's more than one security's cameras all those security's cameras, all on, all during and all recording, and all recorded, and all recordings, and any and all photos of all happened as that man lied. Those other people lied. And all that and all other evidence should, can, could, may, must, and need used in and out of courts everywhere. Wasn't me. Wasn't my mom. It wasn't pets for babies. It was not my parents and my parents' parents and my parents' parents' parents and my parents' 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 parents and all animals and all bought to me and all pets, all fur babies and myself. Instead, themselves and one and more others. Every one of those other people, premeditated, predatory, resentful, and those other people, us Bellis rejected, and one and more other, all names, all named Bellis rejected. And since predatory, resentful, all about all two, and all about all names, all and all named Bellis. Lost a lot over the past 2 years. Botany, gardening. A beautiful creature, pussycat, Rudy Noel, alive, died, dead. Time is precious. My mom, I'm helping my mom. It wasn't me that did anything bad and anything wrong. Honestly, there's evidence everywhere. And yelling at us and screaming at us and banging at us didn't change any of that. And themselves too at, on, off, and from my front door and handle didn't change any of that. And all historical doors and handles, doors and windows didn't change any of that. It just them did it all the more. They're guilty. And we want judiciary punishments. Judiciary. Those other people should, can, could, may, must, and need jailed, with and or without paroles new. With and or without and or with sued. Each those other people did all that, said all that, showed and told all that, including yesterday, to, at, on, in, out, from, and by, where I worked, the Active Adult Center in Mississauga, and all other times before, Mississauga Senior Citizen Center, Square One Older Adult Center, and all other times. I have reading glasses. I don't always use them because I can see distance and I can see big. It's just when reading a book, books, magazines, stuff that's smaller print. That's a normality when close to my face. The closer to my face, the more blurry it gets. I like from distance. Distance, I'm fine. I can see a lot more distance than I want to. I look out my window and it amazes me the shit I see out there. It wasn't me that was the patient yesterday, it was my mother. And I hope that optometrist does what I saw yesterday there. I mean, it wasn't even like a doctor's office or a clinic or anything. It was like a farm herding cattle ready for butchering. And my mom deserved greater and better than that. And without any more interferences, my mom alleged relatives Thompson, Richie, and Maud. Celebrity stalker James Maud, celebrity stalker Angela Ritchie, celebrity stalker Angela Maud, and celebrity stalker Norman Thompson, my mother, that is, alleged youngest brother, Norman Thompson. The alleged OCCI Care Incorporated. The alleged OCCI Care Inc. And not only that, Prolia, a medicine I don't like. Prescribed, prescription, enter prescription to prescribed. No side effects. Including in confusion and blurred vision. My mom had polio. on and more staff. Those where and when there, including doctors, alleged doctors. All before, all during, all later, and or all since. Internet Wi-Fi's, internet trolling, us Bellises. All before, all during, all later, all since October 31, 2017. I only like to really very come out my fashions and accessories. Bellis, which Avril during burr months, especially October and December. Samhain, aka Halloween, Halloween, aka Samhain, October 31, and Yule, Christmas, Christmas, aka Yule, Yule, aka Christmas, Yule, aka Christmas, and Christmas, aka Yule, which is interesting because when it's Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, my fashions are very casual, loungewear, like pajamas, whatever. I'm celebrating home with my family, Christmas. I do. I like, I don't bother to get dressed up. I'm just like clean, hygienic pajamas, without dressing gown, or whatever, and very casual. One Halloween, I was just very chuffed. Got more than 2 outfits put together. And I was like, oh yeah, oh yes. Why not come out? You'll never know which one is which one I'm going to wear there. One of my favorite outfits was like a dress. I had a peacock on it, a designed peacock. Oh, that was good. That and I love animals. I like and I love all animals. It's one of my favorite outfits. And 2023, I like that one. Walkathons, Active Out Center, Mississauga, and this year. I did put lots of effort into it this year, although I did show that. I was like, oh, I'll just wear some pants underneath it, just in case the t-shirt I get actually fits me, and I feel like getting changed into just that t-shirt. Although I never did that. I've worn the t-shirts lately since. It's quite cute. I like it. I'm not evil. I'm wicked. And with the Active Adult Center, Mississauga. And allegedly all the other people, all others received a t-shirt too. Received t-shirts? I can't. It's there. Allegedly in all the t-shirts. And all the t-shirts. The word wicked. And only other people's stalkers. Try tried twice. Media ban. Censorship. I don't know where it's with it. I know it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I remember one year, pledges didn't amount to very much more than $8,000, maybe. Allegedly. This year it was more, allegedly. Privacy and safety, I'm not going to mention exact numbers. Although I did my day there, walkathon, in memory of my alive, died. Dead pussycat Rudy Noah. Bellis. Because of all that happened previous. And all witnessed, as I mentioned earlier. Now I just want to sit down and have my coffee. I really truly need a coffee. An espresso would be the best ever, although I don't have any. Really not a good thing. Just want to say, all those other people should, can, could, may, must, and need show and tell, showed and told, and shows and tells. My mother and I, all those health records, all of them. The only people that tried hid those health records from us. Documented because themselves guilty instead of us. The guilty should, can, could, may, must, and need judiciary punishing, as I mentioned earlier. And I have side effects. The medicines I'm taking. One fairy. That's all. I'm taking something to stop the fainting, hot flushes, menopause. And I'm taking something to stop my grieving, crying. Side effects, symptoms, and behaviors. And anyone and everyone that's afraid of me, they have nothing to fear. They're persecutory and delusional. I watched it on the internet. Videos. Alleged documentaries. Alleged other people witches. Two of the most media and internet, social media misinterpretations of alleged witchcraft, magic, witches. And instead of turning back time and being those alleged types of witches, I'm more modern. I am more modern, and I do it modern. I don't believe in dark. I believe in light. like love, live, love, laugh, and learn. And have fun with it. Not all that gloom and doom. And more nature. And some kitchen witchery. Before entering, my cat lately felt sicker. And my mom assured me all was good, okay, all right. While I was out, I did more walking outside of my nature. Herself and the cat. I mean, and since my cat died, I haven't done lots of nature walking, so I just don't chance it. And I was going to decorate. It's Halloween since the cat died dead. And when I discussed this, maybe just get a little bit of something. I just want to bring it a little bit outside indoors, so that when I'm doing my physiotherapy walking, it will walk fit. Only can I see outside the trees and everything around. I can stand everyone, such as ducks, birds, and stuff. It'll be like just walking amongst the trees. Like a backyard when I was younger. We lived trees and leaves. I just like. Also, we got some fake leaves. Maple. Put them around a little bit. Covers the different leaves, pumpkins and stuff. And then it makes me do this still there. I'm not taking off the same one. We got some stuff for December. And a little bit of outside inside. I can't go out of there. Hopefully. Mental health are very important. The true witch does admit witch health can get ill just the same as anybody else, and or worse. Physically, mentally, and emotionally. And she can quickly must and need reaches out, love and medicine. Find out that kitchen witchery doesn't end all and doesn't cure all illnesses, diseases. I know some other people show themselves as witches, live themselves as witches, and or entertain witches. I've often used my intuition, although I do like to use other psychics. There is one that was very good. But because she's very good, I don't watch as often as I used to because it's been irritating was a warning, more than one, and I'm still with, although I haven't pressed play in a while. Oh, that like Cassie by too. And there are more notifications to get. But even that one, she doesn't dress as dark as all the other ones. One function I went to, I wore a gray pantsuit, and a black shawl. I was going to wear a brown shawl because of my shoes were not that good. Well, they weren't very fashionable. Although black shawl was really. I've worn it since. I'm putting it away to the next time because it's nice to have that shawl. What shawls? Because of how overheating. It's just a little something to keep the chill away there. And one of my favorite colors of candles is white because of where I'm living. I'm not allowed to use real candles. I think that's clear. I have to use this battery ones. I have to get another packet of them or somewhere, box of some kind of other, because I need them for Yule, aka Christmas, aka Yule. Eventually the truth will come out about me, sooner or later, hopefully within my mom and I and Charles' lifetimes. That did not guilty. And all those negative influencers that try to change that didn't. They did not. There's another retina institute my mom went to for a while. She did much like that too. I agree with her, although it was very little helpful. The place we went to yesterday. Stirring counterclockwise. Actually, it's worse than hell. Hello. Oh, I just feel like I need this. I had my reading glasses with me that were prescription, just in case I had to read small print. uh, I mean, I can read books without. I haven't done lots of reading, but I suppose over the remaining winter months I'll get some reading done more. I find sometimes I get a book and I read it. I've been to many book clubs over the years, and I'm like, oh, that one looks really good. I like it. Oh, that one seems familiar. I wonder if I've read the back cover before. I bring it home, and or it's gifted to me, and I'm like, uh-oh, I've read it. I'll just have a quick skim through it maybe some other time. I can't quite remember the ending. Oh, read the last chapter. Oh, now I remember. And I'm like, why me? Why me? But only the good ones. I don't waste time. I can still remember. Remember author Jackie Collins? All those books. I remember the first Hollywood Wives, some of the other ones. I can remember. It's like the Bible, you know. You read it once and you sort of remember everything. I say that almost all the time about book authors and novel authors. I'm actually a bit of a writer myself. That's also one of the reasons why I'm very careful what I read, because of copyright. But most of my stuff is never copyrighted. None of it actually. About radishes, about pets, fur babies, animals, and botany, gardening, etc. And whereas other people have probably tried to copy me because they had nothing greater and better to do. I don't use a lot of herbs or anything. I use rosemary. I've used rosemary this year. I want to try rosemary tea, but because I have allergies, I might try a couple sips later this year, although I like to boil water, get like a bowl or something, and cold water boiled hot, and then add the rosemary and just let it, all the steam and everything. I just leave it for the whole day as in the air. It's just something I like. I love the smell of rosemary. It is so good. Sometimes I'll even just leave rosemary out on a dish or napkin or paper towel, whatever. Just have it do that. Sage. I don't burn sage, although I have used sage before. I like sage in cooking, such as stuffing and or dressing on the side. I use salt and pepper, ground black pepper mostly. Sometimes paprika. Were I to have mac and cheese anytime soon, I don't do it all the time, just sometimes a little bit of paprika, and sometimes other stuff, some chili powder. Not often. And when people accused us of not remembered, they're obviously guilty of something. And all others too, and or instead witnessed, should, can, could, may, must, and need, all that. Tell us about it. I can see, you can show and tell me the documents and everything, because I know already. That's not why I went to those three centers. I didn't go there to sicken deaf and deaf, dumb, and blind one and more. Honestly. Ugh. And I've been having one of my doctors historically diagnosed me going through menopause very early. I began in my 30s. That's pretty young. Might have even been younger. And since my accident in 2006, when I was cooking, doing some kitchen, which one of my favorite kitchen recipes, kitchen thing is cooked rice with and or without chicken and some veg. Like you don't have to put fresh, and you could some broccoli and or some cauliflower and or peas and carrots and corn and or corn, and just mix it all in there. And it's just a great easy bowl of, especially when exercising. When I'm very athletic, lots, I like to eat that pastas more than potatoes. It's really interesting. I need to start doing that more. And I like to eat eggs, get that omega and stuff. I tried cooking frittatas and everything. Giving up on all that again. Nowadays, it's just like one or two scrambled eggs. And or if I'm cooking for more than one person, maybe 4 or 5 eggs scrambled, and we have it. Uh, my favorite vegetables are broccoli and cauliflower. I love cauliflower. I have cauliflower. I'm having some cauliflower today. Cauliflower, broccoli. I like corn, carrots, and peas, although very high in iron and as. And what else do I like? I like Brussels sprouts because I like cabbage, but I can't do anything with a cabbage. I just and because cabbages are bigger than Brussels sprouts, and it's a lot of effort cutting, considering my left hand, left wrist, left forearm, the scar and everything, all that nerve damage and anything. I can't do it. I can do lots of other stuff, although I cannot cut a cabbage. It's like a pumpkin. I can't cut a pumpkin. I can't cut a squash. If I were to cook squash again, I'd have to cook the whole thing in my oven. I can't cut it until it's cooked. spinach, and kale. I can't have kale because high in iron ferritin levels. Although sometimes, you know, a quiche. Uh, what else do I like that's vegetarian? Bloody Marys, virgin and alcoholic, especially one with celery. Oh yeah, they're good. I like my nuts. I try to eat at least one Brazil nut every day, often. Off and on and off the internet. And other nuts, cashews, walnuts, almonds, nuts, and occasionally pumpkin seeds. I don't eat sunflower seeds anymore unless it's like in a loaf of bread. Olive bread is good. It's been a while since I've had that. Olives, I like olives and stuffed olives. I like lots of things. I love radishes. Oh, they're good. Lettuce. Lettuces. I like iceberg lettuces and romaine lettuces. I've tried other lettuces, although I cannot eat lots of fruit. Although I find during the summer months, often I needed some and I was craving it, and thereas I decided to have some fruit. Walnut is one of my favorite summer fruits, and other melons. I do occasionally have pineapple. Blueberries are okay too. I don't eat very many cherries. Although my supplement that I swallow has this is I find better than a multiple vitamin. It's very, very low in iron, ferritin levels. And then when I do that, I have caffeinated beverages, which are good. And it's good too, sinus bradycardia. With caffeine, I find my pulse rate is often above 40, above 49. I remember one year, more than a year, I was taking caffeine. Um, when my cat was alive, coffee beans covered in chocolate sometimes. Oh, that's a good idea. That. Well, I eat it, but I'm not supposed to eat lots. My doctor wanted me to be vegan. I was like, oh, I was looking for a chicken, rotisserie, and couldn't get, so that's that. And I was like, I don't know what I said earlier about, chickens and turkeys and stuff, but my mom's not vegetarian very. She's a carnivore sort of eater. And chicken and beef, and I only cook beef nowadays once a week, maybe twice. She reminds me she has to eat her beef. I'm gonna see if she's gonna have some beef soon, and yeah, she can have that. That'll be an easy dinner or a lunch. She can maybe have a roast, a beef, a steak sandwich. That'll be good. And I've got her eating too. Uh, Brazil nut, not the nutshell, radishes. Brazil nuts and radishes. Yay! Oh, that's helping her too. I'm sure of it. She looks a bit better. She sounds a bit better. She told me she felt a bit better. Trying to get her away from all those chocolates and sweets, at least after. She said she would have told she's not diabetic. Although, and I don't blame all that, although cookies, candies, chocolates. Cough candies. Almost daily. I tested my blood sugar. I change apps, and I'm usually 5.0 and or lower. I'm not diabetic. Yay. That and I don't eat. This is the only sugar I'm having today. Probably. A teaspoonful of honey. Oh, and whatever's in my vitamin. Those today. My supplement. Biotin. And yeah, maybe before the end of this month, I'll have another double coffee. Oh, the one I had yesterday was really good. Oh, yeah. It's like they see me coming. Like, oh, the witch is back. Oh, let's treat her to one of the best ever doubles. It was so creamy. It was really good. At least I hope it was all cream and sugar and coffee. It was good. Oh, it was good. I usually wear these kind of things on my left wrist, but because my left wrist is recovering, I find it very uncomfortable without my wristbands. Get my wristband because it's a bit wobbly, and I need the support. It's a bit wobbly today. I'm trying. That's why I do the exercises for, because I'm trying to strengthen it once more. That a little bit, because I used to exercise like twice a week, doing certain exercise, and that helped. And then I had to do physiotherapy, which was not the best and was not the worst, although. And then I continued doing some of those exercises, physiotherapy, chair exercises, while walkers. I keep it all. I try to do at least 4 sets of 10 every day now. At least once. I try and I try and I try and I try to walk. I try to get in at least 1,000 steps every day. I know if you're not used to it and you don't know what it is, it looks weird. I'm not a weird person. I'm just limited to space. Had my own backyard like I used to when I was younger, I would have been out in my backyard exercising because I could have walked and walked and walked. My neighbors possibly would have wondered what was happening and then would find out that I was just with my family doing physiotherapy, walk fit. I don't have that privilege anymore. I only have a very small balcony, and I can't keep going in and out like that, especially in this neighborhood because there's a lot of nature near. Don't want a bat and or sparrow flying in. I'd have to call wildlife services and have them escorted out. any suggestions you have? What would you like to watch I do this Yule, also known as Christmas Yule, aka Christmas, aka Yule? What videos would you like to watch? What photos would you like to see? What would you like to witness I do on the internet? Videos of, photos of, live streams of. Use the chat area, let me know. Be it today or tomorrow, coffee hour, whenever. Coffee hours. Let me know. I have had ideas earlier. I tried did one and more suggestions, comments. I like my nails. They're really pretty. I really like them. Something out my norm. Normally, when I get my nails done as the Bellis, which Avril and Pets for Babies, Bellis, Fairies Gardens, Foodist Beauty, me, clear nail polish and or French manicure. I think it's just because, and this is the last, I'm really working on myself, recovering. I don't ever want to go through it again, not ever. And I find I have to do something about the word colors, especially uh, cosmetics and nail polish. And I've had enough color. This is very neutral. And I don't, I really do. I like both colors. Both those colors. And I want to, I'm going to make photos of it. I'm going to keep next year, possibly get the same and or as close to the same as possible. I'm going back to clear and French nails, I think. With that or without one and more others too. Does too. I just want to because it's easier for me to maintain in between manicures, and it's just. And my pedicure, I suppose I'm going to have to get nail polish taken off soon for Christmas because my nails are growing. Again, not a nail polish. Maybe clear. But they have grown some. That's a nice shade of yellow. Actually, that's something I'm actually thinking about getting nail polish and doing my toenails often, or like 4 times a year, putting a bad color on them instead of my hands. Anyways, I just want to, I don't do anything. I'm semi-retired. And the first thing myself and my family see, especially when I see, are my nails. And when I look at my hands, and I don't need to look at anything fancy. I don't need to look at color. I'm quite fair chuffed to be neutral. And this is very nice. I'm going to keep these for another week or longer. Come next month, I think I'm just going to go French nails. French manicures and or just clear. With and or without the word shellac. And or gel and or powder. And just, it's just because I can do my left hand when it's supported. I can do that myself. shape is a bit iffy, but when doing this, and I don't have the oomph to do it. I can do lots of other things. I just cannot do very good manicures to myself. But do let me know in future videos, community posts, vlogs, uh, live streams, this one too, chat, commentary. What would you like to see me do this Christmas, winter? I don't want to do Vlogmas. I'm going to be one of the few, I suppose, that's not doing Vlogmas this year. Because my cat died dead. Out of respect and grieving, I just can't do it. Not that mine were very good, anyways. Mine were just simple little. As I said, just a few things. One, two, three, four things. Winter and Christmas bring us. And I like those crackers. Pop. And we get those silly little hats that we put on, those crown hats. And sometimes we get a sticker and or a riddle, a joke. I like those. I hope my mom is well enough that we could spend Christmas Day together. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day together. Christmas. I wonder if we'll get lots of presents this year. You know, it's sad very when other people, stalkers, internet trolling, all before, all during, all later, all since internet Wi-Fi's, internet troll, decide to pick and choose what they saw and heard and used at and or tried used, and other people, one and more other person, allowed that. All bad, all purposefully, all wrong, all not lawful, all not legal, all not sane, all not competent, all not employable happened as all before, all during, all later, and all since July 2, 2025. And I videotaped it, I live streamed during, I videotaped during because I wanted everything in the background seen and heard, all happening, all about, all to, and all about us, Bellis's, that we were not guilty, and all that, and any misinformation and truths showed and told, all about, all to, and all about Bellis's. I'm not obsessed about all, I'm not compulsive. That's just the what happened, and I'm just like that November 12th, 2024, all those times, it's like evidence and some other people internet. I might have found it as entertainment, I don't know. Evidence. And that evidence should not, cannot, could not, need not used against us Bellises. Instead, all those other people. man, woman, children, Gupta. That's how the name was spelled. Gupta. That is Gupta. 1909. And all names and all who, what, where, when, why, and how those other people. 1909. To add on and out from. To add on in, out from, and by my social media, internet, and virtuals. Including active adult center, Mississauga, Facebook, etc. All day yesterday. That's all I wanted to do. I got up yesterday. I was like, oh, I want to try and help my mom. I want to save my mom's vision. I want my mom to feel better. And it was a total fuck up. The doctor wouldn't do anything. Wouldn't do the test that was my mom was referred there to. And then I was like, oh, fuck, I wonder the place. I mean, God, allegedly, OCC Eye Care Inc. Allegedly, Dr. Alley or somebody or other. Uh, same place. Is he a subscriber, an audience member? I don't know. Talk to the staff there. Let them stay persecutory, delusional. I won't back unless I have to go there with my mom. Another appointment. Let them remain persecutory, delusional. Well, not really. They should get medicated, healthcare to get better. Oh, before I go for the day, well, not for the day, today. Before I go today, let me ask you this question. I've had my flu vaccine this year. I've been vaccinated. Should I get myself COVID-19 severe acute respiratory syndrome vaccination this year? Should I get vaccinated? I mean, everything and anything put into oneself affects vision, hearing, taste, smell, voice, vocal, etc. I've got a lot going on in me now. Should I get that too? And of course, I'll probably vlog some of it. Video make some of it documented. The World Wide Web, allegedly. Actual. I'll be around. Science and entertainment. And news. Evidence. Evidence that you see needle pricks in me. It's not because I'm a heroin addict. I'm not a drug addict. It's one end more blood tests. One end more vaccinations. And historical allergy tests. Allergies. All witness and all should, can, could, may, must, and need. Show and tell, show and told, and shows and tells all happened to us. I'm just trying to do this I wait thing instead of getting the COVID getting the influenza vaccine and the COVID-19 severe acute respiratory syndrome vaccine at the same time. One arm and then the other arm. I just want to see if I feel any different. I didn't really feel two different times before, not lots. This time I want to see if I can feel better. I actually thought it was going to be a booster. I don't know what it is because, you know, I believe too many vaccinations do more harm than um, less vaccinations because some people, it used to be I like it when doctors, nurses, and clinics, doctors' offices, hospitals, that's where and when. And those documents and all those records, health cares, if it was a booster, they knew, and tetanus shots and everything. The staff was supposed to know the patient's histories. Patient's history. Nowadays, it's a bit, you know, I'm going to look into do I not need, because there was that booster a while and everything. I'm waiting to see what I'm going to get. And hopefully, there should be something like even influenza. They should come up with, remember when they used to have the booster? And everything seemed to change all of a sudden. It was like they could have remembered. And it's not the patient's fault. It's the healthcare team, professionals' faults. It's like, you know, God stopped taking and humans that is, decide to take and become gods themselves and kill. Instead of nature taking its course. Because people were healthier. Everyone was healthier than they used to be for many, many years before 2002. And then it was one thing after the other. It was the influenza epidemic. It was the COVID-19 SARS pandemic. all the other times, including shingles and all that stuff. Oh, all those alleged severities of it all. And it's pharma, you know, pharma. They want to make money, pharma. Risperidone, antipsychotics, and Ritalin, etc. Pharma. Influenza vaccines, COVID-19, SARS vaccines, pharma. Supplements, pharma. I'm taking supplements because my hair, nails, and skin. Because I'm not that good a kitchen cook, baker. I'm not that very kitchen. Everything I do is simple kitchen, which are simple, cozy kitchen. I don't do lots. And as I figured, I need some biotin because that's the only thing I could think of that was missing in my diet was biotin for my hair, skin, and nails. All the side effects. Side effects. And they blame witches. They blamed this witch. They blamed witches. Disgusting, awful haters. Yet it was themselves. It's themselves. It's not me. The Bellis witch Avril. It's not me. Every time I have a coffee, I try to stir it for the rest of my life. All the banishings, inclinations, alleged spells. I'm going to try to stir my coffee. All those other people can banish the Sosawaishu. Especially all before, all during, all later, and all since 2002. 2004. All before, all during, all later, and all since July 2, 2025. I hope I make it. Whether I need a magnifying glass and a prescribed reading glasses. Maybe someday I'll need bifocals. Maybe someday I'll need trifocals new. I don't know. If that happens, that happens. I'm not going to complain about it. It's better than great. Better and greater than most. Especially from what I saw yesterday. And I was going to I might show a bit of it. I got some bad news yesterday. Worse than before. And it was said in public, so I showed it to in public, so I suppose, you know. Anyway. And I don't always listen to my voicemail messages. I really, truly don't. I don't pay attention to anything that's technology, really. I prefer to have a quiet life and just, you know, have a book. I didn't read my magazine. I was going to read Halloween Night with my audience watching, participating. Instead, I might do it this Remembrance Day. Somebody yesterday said, "Why don't you get a poppy pen?" And I was like, "What are you doing?" And she was getting, and I was like, and they were like, "Yeah, well, you can just take one. You don't have to." And I'm like, "It's not financial. It's just, it's the year of it, and I really, really don't want to. You know what? I'm gonna read that magazine, Christmas Eve. I think that's what we'll do. We'll have a nice. Maybe I'll get a cappuccino or a latte." Just sit back and I read from back to front, all the contents, all that. Just sit back and have a coffee together. Coffee hour. And don't forget, Christmas Eve is all day, December 24th, so you never know. Might be even a French vanilla. French vanilla coffee. Ooh, French vanilla. And or salted caramel. Never know. Never know. Stay tuned to find out. I want it read before the end of this year. I want to read it before the end of this year. And please go to my Foodie Beauty. Not Foodie Beauty. So used to say that. Oh, by the way, good morning, Foodie Beauties. My title, Foodist Beauty, with a radish emoji, thing, icon, whatever. Please come there, like, and or subscribe. And my new fundraiser is there too. You could give to my tip jar I'm using there everywhere. And or subscribe and or like. I looked there this morning. I have like 10 subscribers. I need like 41, 42 more subscribers there. And then I could do coffee mornings there and here, and or alternate back and forth. And you can come see what I eat and drink there. Foods I eat. Meals, snacks. Yesterday I was sort of, probably why I thought the words foodie beauty. I was more or less not quite the foodist beauty, although I did try it, but once there, this one time, those times I don't like to eat foodist beauty, foodism connoisseur. It's like, I'm out. It's time to have some fun. I don't care. I might eat 600 extra calories. Woohoo! Yeah. I'm not a premeditated anybody. I don't predatory resent anybody. I'm not a hater. I'm not jealous. I don't discriminate, prejudge, prejudice. I'm not a racist. I'm not a bigot. Although there's lots of reasons to change. I don't internet trolling. I'm not harassing. I don't harass and I don't bully. I am not a stalker. I did not stalking. I do not stalking. And I tried and tries influence others. Same. Wake up and be awesome like me. Fabulous. Fabulous over 40. I entered a contest yesterday. I finally voted for myself. I was in the top 12. And I was like, oh, maybe my vote make me like the top 10. I don't know. I didn't look. I didn't want disappointed. I'll look maybe tonight or tomorrow. See if I get a notification I won anything else. Wake up and be awesome. Fabulous over 40. Because if they were to take were they to photograph me, I'd invite them to the Active Adult Center, Mississauga, and they could photograph me in there. And or outside at the door there. That's where I would let, and I would get somebody to help me do my makeup and hair. And wear these nails. I'd keep these nails. Woo! Maybe get a little bit of concealer pro under my eyes. I won't be wearing any cotton candy. Main Street. Halloween is almost here once more. It's on the way. It's what? Another 11 months? And or however long, how many months? And it's Halloween. More. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Then it's October. I made a video about that. I vlogged a video. I made a video. It's the first one I've made in a long time that didn't include animals, bought named pets, fur babies. All named, all names Bellis. Officially. Very. I put it all together in less than a day. Wow. Whoa. Fantastic. Use the like button there. Let me know if you like it. I tell you, were I up north, cottage country, living the cottage lifestyle, I wouldn't have any clue about those vaccinations. I'm actually quite naive until I city, urban, as one in more witches, alleged witches. Myself, the Bellis witch, Avril. I was really not very until urban, and I really truly prefer nature. Although some urban has helped me. I have stopped fainting. Yay! The hot flushes have decreased tremendously. Yay! My crying has decreased lots. Yay! Not very happy about anything really. I don't care if this, well, I do care if this is bothering one and more other people, residents, and their visitors, because themselves, instead, disturbances and annoyances that have been interfering with us Bellis's enjoyments and comforts here, home, my space, and elsewhere in the building, elsewhere in the complex. All witness and all should can could may must and need show and tell. Show and hold it shows and tells all happened as and all evidence. Oh, I'm just we're looking at my coffee, and I'm like, oh, I was trying to make it look more like red wine, and or Coke and vodka, Coke and rum, or rum a dum dum. Coffee. Oh, it actually has a little bit of it. Bacardi. Remember Bacardi? That was good. Flashback. Wait, good morning, Mother.
Good morning, daughter. I have been talking.
I'm talking to my audience. Yeah, but I hope it didn't wake you. Do you want to say hello to them? See if you get a compliment?
Hello. Have a nice day.
Cheers. Have a nice day. What is there to complain about? Did you hear us? There's nothing to complain about. Isn't she cute? My mom the cutest. Please like. Use the like button. Leave your likes. Like and subscribe. Tip jar. Fundraiser. I'll like. Like and subscribe. Subscribe and or like. Like, and like. And like. Yes, please. Like. And honestly, have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Same place. Not the same time. I don't know when tomorrow. And or the weekend. I'll be back. Coffee. Oh.